Germany should be untouchable. It is the fourth largest economy on Earth, the engineering heart of Europe, and a nation whose name is literally synonymous with perfection. For decades, the world bought German, trusted German, and feared German competition. But look at the data, and the German miracle looks more like a German mirage. While the rest of the G7 is recovering, Germany is the only major advanced economy currently shrinking. Its industrial giants are fleeing to China and the US. Its infrastructure is crumbling. Now, most people will tell you this is just about expensive gas or the war in Ukraine. They're wrong. That was just the spark. The fuel for this fire was stacked up decades ago by a series of choices so arrogant they border on economic suicide. Today, we're going to solve the mystery of how a superpower decides to dismantle itself. This isn't just a recession, mate. It's the deindustrialization of the West's engine. And once that engine stops, it might never start again. The ghosts of the past. To understand Germany's fall, we have to talk about the Dutch disease. In the 1960s, the Netherlands found a massive natural gas field. Wealth poured in. But there was a catch. Their currency became so strong that their other exports, cheese, flowers, machinery, became too expensive for anyone to buy. They became a one-trick pony. Germany did something even more dangerous. They created a Russian disease. For 20 years, Berlin made a bet. They bet that they could build a high-tech, high-wage economy on the back of dirt-cheap energy from a regime that didn't share their values. They called it Wandel durch Handel, change through trade. The idea was that if we buy enough gas from Russia, they'll become European. Now, of course, the opposite happened. Russia didn't become more like Germany. Germany became a hostage to Russia. While you were watching the news about Nord Stream, the real tragedy was happening in the boardrooms of the Mittelstand, the small, family-owned companies that make up 99% of German business. The Nord Stream illusion. In the world of economics, there's something we call the energy intensity gap. In the US, a factory pays about 7 cents for a kilowatt of power. In China, it's 8. But in Germany, in 2023, that price hit 20 cents. Think about that. If you're making a steel beam and your electricity costs are 300% higher than your competitors, you aren't competing. You're dying. But here's the but that the news missed. Germany didn't just lose gas. They killed their backup. In a move that scientists still struggle to explain, Germany shut down its last 3 nuclear power plants in the middle of the worst energy crisis in human history. They chose coal, the dirtiest fuel, and expensive imports from France's nuclear plants to fill the gap. Like a pilot shutting off the engines mid-flight because he's worried about the noise, then wondering why the plane is losing altitude. This isn't just green policy. It's a total decoupling from physical reality. The exodus of the giants. When the heart stops, the limbs go cold. And right now, the limbs of the German economy, its legendary corporations, are packing their bags. BASF, the world's largest chemical company, has been a German icon for 150 years. They just announced they are cutting their German operations permanently and investing $10 billion in China. Volkswagen, the people's car, is looking at closing factories on German soil for the first time in its history. Why? Because Germany has become an innovation desert. For decades, Germany focused on perfecting the internal combustion engine. They were the kings of the 20th century. But the 21st century is about software, AI, and batteries. While Germany was debating how many wind turbines could fit in a forest, China was building a monopoly on the entire EV supply chain. Now, The trade balance has flipped. For the first time, Germany is importing more from China than it exports. The student has become the master, and the master is out of a job. The demographic time bomb. However, even if Germany found a mountain of free energy tomorrow, they have an even bigger problem, a human one. Germany has one of the oldest populations in the world. By 2035, they will lose 7 million workers to retirement. That's like the entire population of Denmark just disappearing from the workforce. In the 1960s, there were 6 workers for every pensioner. Soon, that ratio will be 2 to 1. To keep the system from collapsing, the government is pouring 100 billion euros a year into the pension fund. That is money not spent on high-speed rail, not spent on fiber-optic internet, and not spent on schools. The sick man of Europe is back, mate. And this time, he's elderly. The high taxes required to pay for this are driving away the young, talented tech workers Germany desperately needs. It's a brain drain loop. High taxes lead to fewer workers, which leads to higher taxes. The Mittelstand collapse. If you want to know the true cost of this crisis, don't look at the stock market. Look at the local bakery. In Germany, bread is a cultural treasure, but bakeries are closing in record numbers. Why? Because the cost of the flour is up 40% and the cost of the oven's electricity is up 200%. This is our noodle index, mate. When a nation can't afford to bake its own bread, its social contract is shredded. The Mittelstand, these small companies, don't have $10 billion to build a factory in China. They either survive in Germany or they die. And right now, they are dying in silence. The government's response? More bureaucracy. Germany is famous for its rules, but those rules have become a cage. It takes years to get a permit for a single wind turbine. It takes months to start a digital business. In a world that moves at the speed of an algorithm, Germany is still sending faxes. Literally. The final lesson. Germany's story is a warning to every developed nation. It proves that prosperity isn't a birthright. You can't run a 21st century economy on 19th century energy or 20th century bureaucracy. The German engine is stalling because it refused to evolve, and then it threw away its own fuel. Can they turn it around? Possibly. But it will require a hard reset, a total abandonment of the ideologies that got them here. For now, the world is watching the deconstruction of a superpower, and the question isn't when will Germany recover? The question is who's next? I'm Money Matrix. Thanks for watching.